Welcome back. In this video, we'll take care of our comments. As you know, we should start from creating our models. So Adonis make model here. Adonis make model, let's say comment and make the migration here. As simple as that, we created everything here. So remember, don't forget to write the relationship. It should really help. It will help, right? So we need everything here. As we put as a app page, we need to create has many relationship for comments. So comments plural, so has many comments. So a news can have multiple comments. The reverse relationship here is news, right? So this return this belongs to a news, right? So app model news, as simple as that. Now if I go ahead to the user, as already we know, let's copy again, paste that up, comments, return this has many comment, right? The user can have many comments and it's a reverse relationship. I just copy this one and paste this one and say a user, a comment belongs to user, right? So as simple as that. That's what the model thing goes. So that's all we need to do with model. So just we can close that up. Cool. So you should always remember how to change the date or everything here. We don't need to change the date, but just practice everything. I just want to mention that, right? So cool. So what we can do now, we can close this app here. We can go to database migrations, and inside migrations we have the comments. So pretty cool thing, that is integer and user ID table dot integer news ID. Finally, I'll go further and say table dot string or something like that, or text, whatever. So name of a comment. So basically, let's say username. So we'll save the username as well, so that we can easily show the name of the created user, right? So we don't need to plug in on anything, something like that. It should really help us. So we'll have this one, right? So that's it. Cool. Now we are now able to migrate things up. Alright, so let's do Adonis migration run. If you want to add another field, foreign field, you can add, but I just mentioned for you, right? I just explained this for you. We can use that, but it is not mandatory when you're working with relationships. So basically, when you have working with relationship, when you are using let's say lucid ORM, right? So when you're using lucid ORM, you don't need to care about that. Migration run, it should migrate our new data comments database tables, right? So if I go ahead here, you can go here. What happened to my internet connections? So we have the comments, we have the data here, as simple as that. Cool. Now we can do here is with our by and also you can get let's see with comments count, right? So with comments, right? So we can get with comments. So now if I go ahead and say in fact it'll change this response as how we usually do, and response. So as you can see, comments is an empty array here. Alright, so alright, so just simple as that, we have a comment empty array here. I just want to make sure that we have everything that works for us. So right, so with comments is basically get all the data, right? So we need to put with count. Just simple as that. Refresh. Oh, we got comments count of 0 and everything, like something like that. Alright, so that's a simple one. So as you can see, if I use do with the data comes with the relevant comments of it. Alright, so I just want to mention that we'll be using when we show all the comments, so that it comes with the comments that belongs to the same news. Alright, so this is called let's say eager loading. Oops. Or whatever. So it is called as eager loading, right? So that's how it should work. So now if we refresh this, oops, in fact I didn't change one. Now I don't need to explicitly, what to say, I don't need to hard code this, so I can go over. I don't need to hard code this one. Now I can say this. I can say is in fact we'll copy the logic here, copy this one and put this here, paste. Instead of a port counts, we need to say comments count. Alright, so comments count. Cool. Now oops, in fact I don't need to care about the right, just make sure. A port, right. That's how it should. Comment comments. Hit refresh. 0 comments. As you can see, nothing has changed. So cool. Again, we need to copy everything here to new edge and past edge. As simple as that. Refresh this. Go over undefined comments, right? So it don't know what is that, why it is happening, but just because with count comments is not available in new and past. We need to go to this here and just paste this up. That should work now. Now if we go ahead and refresh this new, 0 comments. Cool. same here, and as simple as that. Alright, now if I click this one, it should go to the comments. So what exactly it should do? When I click this, it should go to the view, the page of that news. So basically it should show the page, the data, and the day. Example A. I'll show you what to do. Let's do, in fact we don't need to show that as what do I say, the authenticated one, because it is not. So news slash comments, and it should show the ID is based on the news ID, right? So home controller show. Alright, so now we can go to home controller here and write a function called, write a method called show. Now if I go ahead and say async show, I just do params here. With the params I can say return response dot json params dot id. Alright, I need to use response here as well. Oops. Now if I go ahead and refresh this, no, it doesn't do anything, right? So now what we can do, now if I go ahead and say slash news slash comments slash 3, it should show the comments of it. So basically that's how it should work. And with that, you know that, right? With that we can get the data. So const news equals await news dot find params dot id, right? So now if I, instead of this we can say view dot render, and we can say data, oops, the name of the view is show news, whatever, and we can pass the news here. Alright, now we need to create a show news. Adonis make view show news. Put the layout here, layouts dot app, and section content, and finally now here we can do whatever we want. So since it is own value, we can say paragraph and news dot title. Alright, so when you click this news, this comment, it should go to this news with that comment. So we need to do, what we need to do is just go to welcome.edge, and here we'll go to the comments here, right, this one. So with here what we need to do is you just need to put a URL, right? So we need to put let's say story, let's do news comments slash story dot ID. Alright, so that should do. If I refresh this, sure enough it should work. If I click this one, view is my favorite. As you can see, this is where this goes. With that, we can put the news here, and let's say news and the data like this one, and it'll do the comments below. Alright, so you can put the comments below with the form. Alright, so that's how it should work. So we'll copy this here. In fact, that doesn't make any sense. We'll go on top. We'll start with this one. Let's copy this. Alright, so now we use my favorite. So we'll have, let's make this as a query here, right? So query dot var, let's do, you know what, we don't need to do anything like var or something like that. Query with user. Alright, so with user dot fetch, let's return response dot json the news. Right, let's return the response here as a news. So we used with use, right? So let's check what exactly the user gonna do. Response here. So we need to check dot var, dot var ID equals user params.id. Alright, so it shouldn't be the fetch, it should be the first. Cool. Now if I go ahead and refresh this, so since I can use just refresh this one, makes sense. As you can see with the user, I can get the user name of it, since it is have a relationship, right? So the user thing, I can get who created that one. So basically I created that, so I get the data. Alright, so just simple as that. So we can go ahead and do that, right? So inside so news, and after this one I'll just actually do empty3. After this, let's do with let's stay with the container and the p tag here, put here, copy that one down here as another div with span, let's say class of text muted, saying that created by news dot user dot name. Alright, so now we go ahead and check here, user dot name, it should work, right? So that's how it should work. So now if I go ahead and refresh this, let's put back everything here. Alright, so to put back everything here, now if I go ahead and refresh this one, created by Karthik, we is my favorite, and everything works. What is the spelling of container here? Container. Right, so container still not correct. Container. Cool. Put empty3 here. Maybe that should work fine, or at least look fine. View is my favorite, created by Karthik. Right, so we'll do have the date, right? So created by and span of text muted. It says news dot created at. Now if I go ahead and refresh, 4 days ago, super cool. I'll have manually add the spacing here. So don't do this way, right? You have a correct design way of things. For this purpose, I just moving this for our purpose, but it shouldn't be the case for us. So as simple as that. Now created at, not at, we are not showing the date, just doing this work. So what else we can show here? We show the created by, created date. We can show comment count, right? Cool. We'll show the comments count with count comments. Again, go here and do and in BSP. I already have this one here, right? So just copy this logic here. Just copy everything here, and we can put text span of text muted, and we can copy this. Let's format document with template support. So if I forgot to format things up, please do it yourself. Don't expect me to do. That should help us, right? So just refresh. Undefined comments. Alright, this is not story, this should be news. Cool. Now if I go ahead and refresh, 0 comments. Go, as simple as that. Inside this we can have a form that should go with creating things like text area or something like that, which creates the comments. One final thing I forget in our last video is last video, right? Not in the last video, in this video is before migrating. Here we have data username, but we don't have the text field to create the comment, right? Cool. We need that too. So let's do a hard refresh. Let's do Adonis migrate refresh. Oops, migration refresh. Cool. Everything is empty because migration happens with the cost of deleting all the data. Alright, so login will not work. I'll start with register. I'll start with Karthik at karthik.com. You are logged in. Hmm. Right. So we have one news here. No more data found. So that's simple as that. So we have our one news here. With that, we can test our data. All right. So now we have getting things working. Let's move to a form here. Get bootstrap. I'll go for having a form. With in fact, we'll have a let's say what is that, text area, right? It's text area. Okay, we have text area here. Right. So this one will have a text area here. Okay, fine. We have text area. Copy this one here with the form. Alright, so now after this one we'll do, okay, for this one I'll do paste this with the form. We obviously need forms, right? So here we don't need this id. We don't need anything like placeholders. This placeholder should only say let's remove the required thing as well, so we don't need to we'll do the validation things for it. So we'll do add your comment validation text area. Who cares? This valid class you need. If you want to do, please do, but in our case we are not doing it. Cool. Now if we go ahead and refresh this one, add your comment, sure enough we have our data, but that is not helping. We need to have that with that clean as the row, right? So row, sure enough we have should row justify content center or something like that. It should be right. So right, someone else's. So call lg would have 8 characters and excess of 12, and this entire form thing should go above them. Cut and just pasting this. I'll do format document with its import. Cool. Refresh this. I'll comment here kind of bad, but we'll do with 55 or something like that. Right, so working. So here the form is working here. So what this form is all about? Shit, it should be here, right? Right. We'll do comment, right? We'll name this as a comment. we'll need a submit form, so just created that one as well. Cool. Now that's looking fine. The only thing we need to do is we need to create things up, right? So you can create comments, but without authentication we don't need to create the comments. So you can see, if you don't have logged in, you should be redirected to login page when you try to comment. It's simple as that. We created the middleware, right? So we have a middleware, so that inside, if we put inside that middleware, it should be easily created then, right? So I'll take a quick pause here. We'll take care of the next video since this video is very long.